Hi, welcome to my channel Takniki Gyan Guru. Today we will discuss about Ansible. So what is Ansible? Ansible is an open source automated tool that simplifies the task of IT infrastructure configuration management and deployment. What does this mean? This means that if you have some manual work, right, and you want to automate that process, that can be possible through Ansible. Also, the configuration management, like if you want to configure your machines, or you have multiple servers, right? In that server, you want to configure some of the software, patches, hotfixes, that can be possible through Ansible. So let's discuss in details. So first of all, we'll discuss Ansible features. So what are the features we have with Ansible? So first feature is agentless. Agentless is basically when you are configuring some nodes or some machine, right, or you are installing some machine. In that case, you don't need to install any agent into the machine. Ansible should directly connect to the machine through push based architecture, where the Ansible will just push the configuration to the servers, right? So it will not install any package or any agent into the server, into the nodes, right, where we want to install the software or configure something. Second thing is idempotent. Idempotent is basically it manage the session where you can run your playbook multiple times, right? So suppose you are installing some Tomcat, right, and you can run the same playbook to install the Tomcat. If first time it will install, second time if it is already installed, then it will not impact. Means if you are using some script to install the Tomcat, next time you install, then it will give you some error, right? So here it is stateful, where it will manage the state, where it's if it is already installed, then it will not impact, right? Next thing is extensibility. Extensibility is basically, you can extend the Ansible functionality by integrating some plugins, tools, with the Ansible. So just suppose you want to integrate the Ansible with some DevOps tools, right? Then the automated fashion, this Ansible work in the background, or you want to integrate for some cloud or some network or some of the servers, that will extend the functionality of the Ansible. It can be extensibility, right? Next one is roles and hubs. Means the Ansible provide a galaxy of the roles, right? Means there are multiple roles, modules are already there in Galaxy, Ansible Galaxy, where the user can directly go and download, or if they have, if you want to create your own modules or roles, and you can directly push into the Ansible Galaxy, or if you want to download some of the modules, you can download it from the Galaxy. So it is a store of the roles and modules, right? So there are huge communities there. People upload their modules and roles into the Galaxy. Next one is inventory management. Inventory management is basically you create an inventory of the node servers, right? So suppose you want to configure a web server. So in the web server, five web servers are there, where you have to install IaaS, right? And in the application server, you want to install something else. Some database server, you want to install some of the databases. So these servers nodes work as a inventory. It should be defined into the inventory file, so that it should have some role, like web server, application server, database servers, or a development environment. So you have to configure the set of servers you inside the inventory. Next one is parallel execution. So the parallel execution basically you can execute the task, right? Inside the playbook you have multiple tasks, small tasks, and these tasks will execute parallelly. It should so it will not execute one by one. So if you execute one by one, then it will take a lot of time. It's not that fast. So it will, but in Ansible it is parallel execution. That means it will be more fast and efficient. Next feature is community and ecosystem. The Ansible has large and active community. People contribute, vast collection of modules and roles. So inside the Galaxy, right, you can directly go and download the roles and modules, or you can share your own modules and roles to the Galaxy. Declarative language. So Ansible playbook written in YAML file, right? So whenever you write a playbook, you have to create a YAML file. Inside the YAML file, you have to mention the configuration of each, maybe modules and tasks. So these are declarative. Declarative means you need not to, think of, you have to execute tasks or modules one by one, right, step by step. So the configuration will execute as per the systems, right? So if you want to mention like these modules should be depends on the other one, then you have to mention it. Otherwise it is parallel executions. It is not the step by step procedure. So that is declarative language. You have to just mention the configuration without any, step by step execution. So these are the some of the features. Now let's talk about the key components. So what are the components we have with the Ansible? So first component is control node. Control node is basically where we have installed the Ansible. From there, the Ansible will execute the playbooks, you know, right. So we have to configure some Ansible machine or servers where we have some of the prerequisites like Python, pip3, you know, lot of things, the prerequisites we have for the Ansible. Once it is installed, then we have to install the Ansible. From here, all the playbook will be executed, right? These are the control nodes for the Ansible. Next one is playbook. The playbook, as I said, playbook is written in YAML, right? So inside the playbook, we have to write the task and modules in the set of tasks. Like, so you have multiple tasks that maybe you have to uh, install some Apache server, then you have to start the Apache server, and then you have to configure some other modules, right? Or other you want to execute some commands, or you have to copy some of the application from here to there. So that kind of things could be written into the playbook. That is called playbook. So whenever we are executing a file or configuration file, then you have to create a playbook. In that case, this playbook will be run, and then these configuration will be set up into your machine. Inventory, again, that the set of nodes, right? So you have to create an inventory file where you have to mention the servers, right, where these configuration, the playbook will be execute, and run the software inside these machines, the nodes. Like you have the web server, application server, mention all these IP addresses, or the machine name these machine or IP address. It will go and run this playbook to that machine, or configure these software to those machines, right? So next one is the modules. See, modules are Ansible way of abstracting system commands. They can be used to perform a variety of tasks. Variety of tasks will be executed inside the module, right? So such as, suppose we have to install the software, copying files, managing services. These are some of the modules we have, right? So we can directly, either we can directly download from the galaxy, right? Some of the idea, or you can create your own module. That module will execute some of the task inside the task, right? And next is task. As I said, task is a single unit of work inside the Ansible playbook. So inside the Ansible playbook, you have to write small task, right? The task will execute or run maybe some of the commands or some of the things inside the task will be there, right? And the task will be execute on and install the software based on the task install or copy or something that will be done into the inventory. Mention the inventory, right? In inventory you have the nodes, so in these software will be installed inside the inventory nodes. Next is roles. So roles provide a framework for organization and organizing and reusing Ansible code. Reusing Ansible code means, so you have to create structure of folders where you have to mention the handlers or templates or playbooks. So all these folder structure will be used as a reusable code, right? As a role, that role will be used by anyone else, that is reusable. You can create your own roles that will be reusable. The directory structure will be different, right? For the handlers or for the templates or the playbook variables. So these thing will be work as a library, right? These library can be reused to different you know servers as well. Now the facts. Facts are actually Ansible gathering information about managed node using facts. Means using facts that gather the information from the servers, right? So maybe the facts are variable that contain information about system such as network interface, operating system details. So these are the details. The node details will be stored into the facts. And handler are tasks that get triggered by the task. Means suppose you have the configuration like you create some task. That task will install or enable the IIS into Windows Server. Now, once it is installed, you want to start or restart the IIS server. So the configuration will be done through the task, and post task you have to restart. So handler is the another task that will restart your server. So starting, stop, these kind of thing will be done through the handler, right? Post the configurations, right? So that kind of thing can be done through the handler. Templates. Template is basically Ansible uses Jinja templates to dynamically generate configuration file or a script based on the variable and facts. So you can define the variable, facts, and those in using those things you can create the generate a configuration file. Or suppose you have some files, right? Or some file needs to copy from here to the notes. So you can mention all those files, like HTML files or some other files you need to copy from there. So you can also store those things into the templates. Last, Vault is a feature of encryption sensitive data within Ansible playbook. So if you want to you know encrypt some of the data, some sensitive data inside the playbook, the the vault will help us to encrypt and decrypt, right? So that nobody can see the plain text inside, like password or some maybe some keys, tokens. Those can be encrypted through the vault. Now let's talk about the edition. So how we can purchase or how we can download the Ansible. So Ansible comes with two editions, right? So what are the two edition? One is the Ansible Community Edition. Community Edition is basically the free, right? That is free. There is no cost. Anybody can download and use it, and that has only the command prompt, right? Command line. So you have to download and use as a command. There is no much support, like the community will support you if there are any issue. But another one is Red Hat Ansible automation platform. The automation platform by the Red Hat Ansible is basically, it has a lot of feature. That is the enterprise version, right? Where you have, you can install, and it has the web version where the authentication will work. You can manage the modules. You can do a lot of things using the web UI, right? You can integrate this with other tools also. So that had a lot of issue. The and 24/7 support will also be there with the Red Hat automation platform. That has the so it is not free. You have to pay for the subscription. And now we will understand the common use of Ansible. So first use is configuration management. Configuration management is basically we have to configure the system. So like we have to do the hot fixes, patching the systems, or we have to install some of the softwares. That kind of done through the configuration management. So that majorly the Ansible is the configuration management tool, but also we can do the task automation. The task automation basically, if some manual work, like recently we install or configure the uh, Jenkins node or slaves inside the the Linux box, Ubuntu box, right, manually. So manually we have done a lot of things. So we can automate those slaves node architecture through the task automation. So maybe we will come with the next or next to next video will showcase how we can automatically configure the Jenkins agent. Next one is orchestrator. Orchestrator is we can create complex workflows, right? Complex workflows, like how if one of the server is done, then we can directly move to another servers, right? So we can create a workflow, and the way workflow can be done through the orchestration. Next one is cloud provisioning. So it also has some of the feature like infrastructure code, like in Terraform. Using this Ansible, we can also create the infrastructure in cloud. Like if you want to create the EC2 machine, load balancer, some RDS, so that can be also possible through the cloud provisioning, right? So using the Ansible, we can do that. Application deployment. Similarly, we can also deploy some of the application, like if recently we have done, like we have to copy some code from here to there, right? In the previous video we have shown how to deploy our and our .NET Core application to IIS. So we have use the copy paste, right? So not using that, we can also use the uh, Ansible to deploy that kind of application deployment, right? So this is end. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Also comment if you have any doubts. We will come back with new videos. Till then, thank you and bye.